Have you ever wondered what is the difference between internal audit and compliance department? In this video, I will try to shed some light on the key difference between the internal audit and compliance department. The key difference between internal audit and compliance department is the compliance department, they fall at a second line of defense within the organization to protect the organization from any adverse event. Whereas the internal audit department is basically the third line of defense, which protect the organization from any adverse event. I generally try to give, just for an understanding purpose, that the second line of defense is like the police within a country, and the third line is like the army within a country. The second line, basically they collaborate with different departments in order to protect the organization, whereas the third line of defense, basically they do an independent check on each department in order to ensure whether they are doing their job in a manner that is desired or not. So in compliance department, basically they look into matters which are more of emphasis of regulatory issues, legal issues, and compliance related to policies and procedures. So these are the key domain on which their main focus is on. I have worked for a very short period of time, but I have worked in a compliance department, and where I just get an insight what the compliance department basically do. They have activity. The following activities they perform in their department. They have certain regulatory check which they perform in order to ensure that we are meeting the requirement of any regulatory body within the country. Why it is so important? Because if you do not follow the regulations, then you might encounter some non-compliances, and as a result they might fine you, or they might even revoke your license to do the business. So that is one of the critical aspects of the compliance department. They also look into matters of legal things, because again the legal jurisdiction where the company is based, they have to follow and respect their home country laws and regulation and international laws if that applies well. So they are also the one who collaborate with legal department and functional department in order to ensure that we are legally compliant and we are not in violation of any law. The third thing is the policy and procedure compliance. So every organization, to run the operations, they document those operations into policies and procedures. Yet what is intended from those activities or operation within the organization, and how to go about it and how to perform those activities. So it is all being documented, especially in the big organization. It is very well defined, because even if a person leaves, so the operation doesn't stop. So any new person come, he can, obviously he's being trained, but still they give them that policy and procedure document by which they can continue and work smoothly within the organization. It is same like that if you run a restaurant and if you have a chef, and what if the chef leaves? If he leaves, you don't want to lose your customer because of the bad taste of the food. So what you do, you standardize the recipe. So whoever is the new chef, or whoever replaced the old chef, the new chef might still be able to grasp on the key ingredients and the key procedures or process that was being followed by the earlier one. There might be slight difference up and down, but that is fine as long as in principle the key ingredients are being followed. So similar manner, the policies and procedure compliance is being checked by the compliance department whether people are following those procedures or not. So they have those kind of compliance check or compliance audit, where they perform and ensure that these different departments within the organization, they are taking care of following the right procedures and doing the right thing in the right manner. Whereas the internal audit department, they carry out audit and they are very independent of the different functions within the organization. They do not take any operational responsibilities, and they ensure that each department within the organization are doing what is being desired or what is being um, aimed for. The objective of the organization are being met. So in that aspect, they audit the compliance department in order to ensure that the aim, the purpose of the compliance department is being met, and they are doing the intended job. So internal audit is very independent, compliance is partially independent. They collaborate with different functions and they protect the organization, especially in terms of rules, regulation, policies, and procedures, and some ethical dilemmas as well. So this is the key difference between internal audit and compliance department. Thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video.